Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor from 161 to 180 AD and a Stoic philosopher. He was the last of the rulers known as the Five Good Emperors, and the last emperor of the Pax Romana, an age of relative peace, calmness and stability for the Roman Empire lasting from 27 BC to 180 AD. Debts and lessons. Live in the present moment and make the most of your time on earth. Focus on our own goals and priorities, rather than getting distracted by petty concerns or comparisons to others. Be open to new ideas and willing to change beliefs and behaviors when necessary. Amor fati is a concept which involves embracing our fate, whatever it may be, and finding meaning and purpose in even the most difficult circumstances. Everything that happens is either endurable or not. If it's endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining. If it's unendurable, then stop complaining. Your destruction will mean its end as well. Just remember, you can endure anything your mind can make endurable, by treating it as in your interest to do so. This passage reflects on the power of our own perceptions and reactions to shape our experience of the world, and encourages us to find ways to endure even the most challenging situations. Embrace your fate, cultivate humility, and approach each moment with a sense of openness and curiosity. On the River Grande, among the Quadi,
cultivate a sense of inner peace and tranquility, even in the face of external turmoil and adversity. Focus on your own thoughts and perceptions, rather than being swayed by the opinions and actions of others. You can leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. When you have trouble getting out of bed in the morning, remember that your defining characteristic, what defines a human being, is to work with others. Even animals know how to sleep. And it's the characteristic activity that's the more natural one, more innate and more satisfying. Constantly regard the universe as one living being, having one substance and one soul, and observe how all things have reference to one perception, the perception of this one living being, and how all things act with one movement, and how all things are the cooperating causes of all things which exist. Observe too the continuous spinning of the thread and the contexture of the web. This passage encourages leaders to view the world from a holistic perspective and to consider the interconnectedness of all things. Incarnatum. Recognize your own limitations and weaknesses, and strive for self-improvement and growth. Remember how long you've been putting this off, how many extensions the gods gave you, and you didn't use them. At some point you have to recognize what world it is that you belong to, what power rules it and from what source you spring, that there is a limit to the time assigned to you, and if you don't use it to free yourself it will be gone and will never return. This passage reflects on the importance of recognizing the fleeting nature of life and using our time wisely. The first step, don't be anxious. Nature controls it all. Keep yourself simple, good, pure, serious, unpretentious, a friend of justice, God-fearing, kind, full of affection, strong for your proper work. This passage highlights the importance of cultivating virtuous habits and behaviors in order to live a meaningful and fulfilling life. Focus on the present moment and to let go of attachments to the past or worries about the future. Keep reminding yourself of the way things are connected, of their relatedness. All things are implicated in one another and in sympathy with each other. This event is the consequence of some other one. Things push and pull on each other, and breathe together, and are one. The hindrances to virtue. Negative emotions can cloud your judgment and prevent you from acting virtuously, such as anger, envy, and fear. Cultivate self-control and discipline in order to overcome these emotions and act in accordance with reason and rationality. External pressures, such as social expectations or political pressures, can sometimes lead us astray from our own values and beliefs. Remain true to yourself and act in accordance with your own principles, rather than being swayed by external pressure. Distractions and temptations can prevent us from focusing on what is truly important in life. Cultivate mindfulness and awareness in order to remain focused on your own goals and values. Ignorance and self-deception can be significant obstacles to living a virtuous life. Seek out knowledge and truth, and to be willing to change beliefs and behaviors when necessary. To himself, that he is one of the same mind with the gods. Humans are connected to the divine and we share a common nature with the gods. What is divine escapes men's notice because of their incredulity. But he, that can apprehend it, rejoices in it and feels himself blessed in the discovery. Rationality. Marcus Aurelius emphasizes the importance of rationality in cultivating a harmonious relationship with the universe. Concentrate every minute like a Roman, like a man, on doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness, tenderly, and willingly. Free yourself from all other distractions. Book 6, In the Country. Find peace and tranquility in the midst of the challenges and distractions of daily life. Solitude is necessary in achieving inner peace and tranquility. Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. Self-reflection and contemplation can help you gain a deeper understanding of yourself and the world. The mind in itself has no needs, except for those it creates itself. It is undisturbed, except for its own disturbances. Knows no obstructions, except those from within. The Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of acceptance and detachment from external circumstances, recognizing that we cannot control everything that happens to us but we can control our reactions to those events. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Book 7, What is Best? Being a Philosopher. Philosophy is a way of life. The pursuit of wisdom and virtue is the highest and most fulfilling human endeavor. A philosopher is someone who lives in accordance with reason and virtue, and who seeks to understand and align themselves with the natural order of the universe. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Be positive in thought and action, and you will attract positive results. A true philosopher does not need external validation or material possessions to be happy, but rather can find fulfillment and happiness within themselves. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Therefore, guard accordingly, and take care that you entertain no notions unsuitable to virtue and reasonable nature. Book 8, In the Village. Marcus Aurelius reflects on the value of living a simple and humble life, and the importance of maintaining a sense of gratitude and contentment even in the midst of difficult circumstances. Do not waste what remains of your life in thoughts about other people, when you are not thinking with reference to some aspect of the common good. Why deprive yourself of the time for some other task? Focus on what is within our control, rather than obsessing over external circumstances that are beyond our influence. All things are change, yet we need not be afraid of change. There is no death, only a change of worlds. Book 9, The Stoic and Other Philosophers. Marcus Aurelius reflects on the teachings of other philosophers, such as Epicurus, who emphasized the importance of seeking pleasure and avoiding pain. However, he ultimately concludes that the Stoic approach, which emphasizes living a life guided by reason and virtue, is the most effective way to achieve true happiness and fulfillment. Stay true to one's own philosophical principles and do not be swayed by external pressures or the opinions of others. Stick to what's in front of you: idea, action, utterance. Furthermore, Marcus Aurelius highlights the importance of being able to adapt and change one's beliefs and attitudes in response to new information and experiences. He writes, "If someone can prove me wrong and show me my mistake in any thought or action, I shall gladly change. I seek the truth, which never harmed anyone." We should always be asking ourselves, is this something that is, or is not, in my control?
On the Brevity of Life, bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other. The key to achieving success is within rather than external factors. The longest lived and the shortest lived man, when they come to die, lose one and the same thing. Death is the great equalizer, and all humans will ultimately face this reality. Therefore let nothing be taken away from the sum of your life. Whatever time you have had, you have had. Do everything as if it were the last thing you were doing in your life. On Old Age. On Old Age is a philosophical treatise written by Cicero in 44 BC. It is a dialogue between Cato the Elder, who was known for his wisdom and moral rectitude, and two younger men, Cicero argues that old age is not a time of decline but rather a time of wisdom and reflection. He points out that old age brings with it many benefits, such as freedom from the passions of youth and a more contemplative perspective on life. Cicero also explores the importance of maintaining one's physical and mental health in old age, as well as the role of friendship and community. Remain active and engaged in life, even as one grows older. One should not fear it but rather accept it as a natural part of the cycle of life. Everything in life is impermanent and that one must accept this reality in order to live a fulfilling life. Embrace old age with equanimity and to view it as an opportunity for growth and learning. As a ripe olive, falling from the tree, proclaims its own nature and at once ceases to be what it was, so do you too. With every breath you take, declare that you are on your way to becoming something else. Aging is a natural part of the cycle of life and one should accept it as such. Marcus Aurelius reflects on the importance of living in the present moment and cherishing the time one has left. He writes, "The present is all that they can give up, since that is all you have, and what you do not have, you cannot lose."
Book 12, Meditations. Be satisfied with your lot, make the most of your own circumstances. Happiness and contentment come not from external circumstances, but from within oneself. By accepting one's own circumstances and living in accordance with reason and virtue, one can achieve a sense of inner peace and fulfillment. Subscribe please.